Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is the birthday girl, Hannah Stewart. Yay! Happy birthday, Hannah. I hope you're having a wonderful summer and really enjoying your day today. Yay! And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And Hannah, thank you for the support. I didn't want to forget that. Thank you so much. Okay, so yesterday, Angela used the power veto on Tyler. She put up Bailey in his place, so that means it's Rockstar versus Bailey up on the block. So, I mean, like, pretty much everybody was thinking the house was gonna go wild. I mean, everybody on the Joker's board is talking about clearing their day, you know, getting all their chores done ahead of time so they could watch the fallout, myself included. But as I said in yesterday's spoiler, we come back to a calm, quiet house, you know, when the feeds come back. So it was not really what we were expecting. If you want like the immediate fallout from the power veto ceremony yesterday, I talked about it in yesterday's spoiler. But I just want to say something. I can't even believe that I have to explain this. But there were a lot of really negative comments yesterday. Like, why would you assume that Bailey would freak out about going up on the block? So I just want to like give you guys at least my reasoning behind this. I just want to clear things up and hope that you understand. So number one, I would expect anybody to blow up after being blindsided in that way. I mean, especially after hearing the speech that Angela was preparing to give. That's got to be a tough pill to swallow. Number two, we've already seen Bailey blow up on multiple people over lesser things. So for her to go up on the block, I feel like that would really be a catalyst and would make her freak out. And she's coming down from a huge power trip. Let's not forget how upset she was week one when there was even the potential that she was going to go up as a replacement nominee and not the target. And number three, her own boyfriend was expecting her to blow. If you guys go to Swaggy C's Twitter, he tweeted something like, oh, you guys think that Bailey's freaking out now? Wait until after she gets put up, you know, after the veto ceremony. He said, all hell breaks loose. Be scared. So, I mean, Swaggy thought she was going to freak out too. So, I'm sorry if you guys were upset about that, but I just wanted to clear that up. Let's give it a rest. Okay, so then, woo, Angela was hiding in the HOH room yesterday. She didn't want to talk to Bailey for at least a day. Bailey did attempt to go up there and talk to Angela, talk it out, and Angela was like, I don't want to talk right now. That seems a little bit lame. If you're going to put somebody up and make a big move like that, at least give them the chance to talk about it, right? I feel like she should have at least talked to her. That would have been a good thing. Just own it. You're not even going to own it. And then she said, you know, eventually when she does talk to Bailey, she doesn't want it to be one-on-one. She wants at least one other person present so that Bailey cannot just go and twist her words after. I don't know that Bailey would take that route. So then let's talk about level 4. Level 4 and their crew don't want to tell Haley and Fessy how they're voting this week. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to vote for Bailey to go, but I guess they don't want to say it for sure because, you know, the hacker's out there and the hacker will be canceling out one eviction vote this week. So they're confident that they have the votes to evict Bailey even after the hacker cancels a vote, but still, you know, there's other reasons why they don't want them to know exactly what's going to happen. You know, let them figure it out themselves. Ideally, they would like Haley and Fessy to vote out Rockstar. They want them to still be on the wrong side of the vote because then they're hoping that that'll tear apart the Hive Alliance. There's not much of the Hive Alliance left. But who else would Rockstar even work with? I don't know if Rockstar's the type of player that could easily, you know, switch over to the other side. I just don't see her doing it. She's very loyal. I don't think she'd flip even after that. So JC is saying, guys, eventually, you know, I'm going to have to tell Fessy at the last minute how I'm voting because can't really hide my vote at this point. You know, we're pretty low in numbers, so going to have to let them know. And they're like, you know what, that's okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so Rockstar has been rocking out her punishment. She's making cupcakes, she's making smoothies, she's sprinting, she's squatting. I feel bad for her because today it is super, super hot in California. She's out there doing those sprints. That is rough. You could tell the punishment's really getting to her because Jessie would say something over the loudspeaker and she's like, F you, mother effer! But she's still doing it, so props to her. And I find it really inspiring to see somebody who doesn't usually work out going for it. So good for her. Casey, still doing the peanut dance. And it's a lot of fun to see when other people jump in and sing along and dance with her. Yay! There's a lot of solidarity with these punishments this week. Even with Rockstar, people working out with her. And Brett's punishment is done. His granny thing was only for like 24 hours. Again, I can't wait to see it on Wednesday's episode. Okay, so then back to the game. Haley and Fessy were chatting in the backyard, and Haley is like, all right, we cannot lose Bailey this week. She's really important for our games. She's got that power app. We can't lose that. So Fessy's like, yeah, I know, but the other side's going to send her home because she has the power app and they think that she was the hacker. So Haley's like, I don't think she was the hacker. Oh no? You don't think so? Because Haley's the hacker. But Fessy says, I don't know. It makes sense if Bailey is. Who else could it be? You? Scotty? And Haley's like, me? Well, how could you think that? So she's like, I can't believe we're still going over this. So Fessy's like, well, I thought it could be you because you're good at typing, you're familiar with the show, so you know what kind of words they were looking for, and you also didn't seem to know about the skull on the loser screen when we were talking about it with Casey. So Haley's like, I told you, I was joking about that. I knew what the skull looked like. She didn't. But she's saying that she thinks that Scotty or JC is the hacker this week. Alright, so then Fessy's like, what happens if we do vote for Bailey to stay? She goes, and Rockstar is still here, and she sees that. Like, it's going to be obvious if there's 2 votes to keep Bailey. How are we going to explain that to her? So Haley's like, I don't know. You know, they don't know what to do at this point. It's going to be really tough week for them because they're close to both of the nominees. They don't know what's going to happen. But they agree, you know, at least neither of us are up on the block. That's good. That's something. Okay. So then, choking out my own spit. So then Rockstar was chatting with Scotty in the bathroom area, and she's like, I just had to pull you aside because I could see the wheels turning in your head, and I wanted to know what you were thinking. So Rockstar asks him, you're not really working with the other side, are you? Scotty's like, what? No! Yes, he's lying. So Rockstar says, well, I think Tyler is working with the other side. And Scotty's like, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So Rockstar's asking him about his relationship with Tyler. And Scotty's saying, oh, it's really bizarre. Like, we always vote on opposite sides. And we've got, like, this love-hate thing going on, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're not really that close. So then they're talking about who they think the hacker is, and what the hell was that? And something just like went across the floor. I think it was a piece of Lucy's bed. But anyway, they're talking about the hacker, and Rockstar's like, I don't think it was Bailey because she feels like she would have picked Fessy to play in the Power of Veto competition. And Scotty's just like, yeah, whatever you said. Okay. So Rockstar is really trying to look out for her group this week. She says even if she goes, she wants to make sure the group is still going to be good. She wants to know that their team is going to come out on top. You know, she says it would really kill her if she went to the jury house and then the following weeks it was like, oh, here's Haley, here's Fessy, here's Scotty, all walking in. She doesn't want to see that happen. So she's starting to put the pieces together about who's on the other side. She's like, well, it looks like Angela, Brett, Casey, and probably Tyler are working together. You think? And then she says, it looks like Angela's trying to secure your trust this week with the whole veto thing, but don't fall for it. It's too late. It's too late. But Rockstar is then saying we need to figure out who we should be targeting from the other side because we need a plan moving forward. So who's the nucleus? Who's in charge of that whole operation over there? So she's thinking it could be Brett and Sam. Of course she's going to say Brett because she's got that thing against Brett. But Sam? What? Sam is always sitting in the freaking corner with her craft bin. I mean, what? So she's thinking maybe Sam is some sort of secret mastermind. Maybe she put that whole group together week 1 while they were still rallying for Steve to stay. I mean, that would be impressive for a robot to get all that together, because she wasn't even in the house for at least half the time. But Rockstar says Sam is really smart. She's really strong. Yeah, she's playing an unconventional game, but maybe that's working to her advantage. She says there's something about Sam, and it's not like in a Donnie way. Oh, Donnie. Hey, Donnie, if you're watching. So anyway, Rockstar's like, if we win HOH, we should put up Brett and Sam. Okay, so then Rockstar has a similar conversation with Bailey in the pink bedroom. She's like, I think that Brett is the hacker because he was looking really shifty and nervous when Angela was giving her a power veto speech. Maybe he thought he was going to go up on the block. Bailey's just sitting there the whole time like she's got this angry face on. But Rockstar's telling her, we got to put up Sam next to Brett. And Bailey's like, why don't you think that it's Scotty? I guess she means like, why are you not thinking that Scotty could possibly be the nucleus over there? So Rockstar's like, I'm pretty good at reading people, and I don't know, I just saw Scotty sitting there, the wheels were turning, he's giving off this energy that would suggest he's not comfortable, and if he was actually with the other side, he would feel more comfortable. So she thinks it seems like he's really confused about what's actually going on. I mean, he was really confused, but then level 4 scooped him up, and now he's using those improv acting skills. But Rockstar's like, we can still use Scotty as a number. We don't have to worry about him. So Rockstar is really hammering home that they should be putting up Brett and Sam if one of them are to win HOH next week. She's getting closer. She's getting closer to identifying who's working together. So then later, Bailey starts venting to Rockstar and Haley on the hammock. She's got a reason to be pissed, of course, but I mean, she was going in. So she's pissed that she's being blamed for being the hacker when she's definitely not, and she says it doesn't even make sense because why, if she wanted to get rid of Tyler, would she put Tyler up on the block before the veto and give him the chance to win that veto and take himself off? It doesn't make sense. She says that's the dumbest thing that she could have possibly done. You know, Haley's sitting there like, oops. But Haley's like, well, the other side is probably just looking for somebody to blame. So then Bailey calls Tyler a dick, an asshole, a pussy, and a punk for going off on her after the veto ceremony once he knew that he could get away with it. And apparently Tyler was also like wearing sunglasses inside, I guess, for the ceremony, and she didn't like that. Just about like the pettiness at the ceremony. Remember how I told you guys that JC was planning on maybe bringing the pita chips that were snatched away from him and just like, you know, eating those at the ceremony? Apparently, he was gonna follow through and do the chip thing, and Big Brother told him, no food allowed. Are you serious? That would have been like Big Brother classic gold for the ages, but no, they didn't let it happen. Anyway, Bailey is really pissed that if she's evicted this week, she's gonna have to go to jury. She just missed being able to go home. So she's like, I can always opt out. It's not like I'm forced to be here. I hate when people say that they're gonna leave the jury and go home. Like, unless you've got some sort of family emergency or something, really? You're really gonna do that? You're gonna do that? It's like somebody who's playing a board game and they're losing and they're just like, bleh, and they flip the whole board. That's what that is. But they're, you know, Rockstar and Haley are encouraging her to stay. They're like, you never know. There could be a power at the end of this week. There could be a jury battle back. Anything could happen. Don't give up now. So Bailey's like, I guess. So then they're talking about how they feel like Angela had a chance to make Big Brother history, make one of the biggest moves ever. They're not seeing that Angela did make a huge move. Bailey has a power app. Do you not understand why somebody would want to get rid of somebody with a power app? She made a big move. So Haley, then Haley was talking about what she wants to do moving forward. She's really hoping she's going to be able to pull out an HOH win next week and a hacker win. We know she's capable of a hacker win. And her plan would be to put up Tyler and Sam as the initial nominees, then take Sam down as the hacker, put up Angela, so you've got Angela and Tyler, and then if one of them wins the veto, put Sam back on the block. So they're like, oh, that's good, that's great. But then Rockstar's like, what about Brett? She really wants Brett to go. So then it gets to some of the nastier stuff. Bailey is like, well, guys, some crazy stuff almost came out of my mouth today, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then she says them. She'll say it now. So she was gonna go in on Tyler and Angela. So for Tyler, she was gonna be like, you're such a dummy, you can't even think for yourself, you're a brainless, classless idiot. I don't know why they think that Tyler is not thinking for himself, because he's been influencing a lot of the moves that have been happening all season. I guess he's just that good that he's able to cover it up and they don't see it. And then she's gonna say to Angela, Angela, you're a whore that sleeps with married men. Whoa! Well, actually she said married men's husbands, which I think she just got a little mixed up there. But whoa! I thought I saw somewhere somebody cleared up this story, how Angela said that one time she was dating some guy and she found out that he was married and then she dumped him. But Bailey left that part out. But anyway, Bailey also had some choice words for production. She was like, oh, I think they hate me in the diary room, because she said she goes in there, they'll ask her a question and she'll tell them, that's the dumbest thing you could have ever asked me. And she'll say, I'm not answering that. They'll keep asking her questions, ask her to elaborate on things, and she's like, no, I don't feel like talking. So obviously, she's not cooperating in the diary room. So BB is like, you are not allowed to talk about production. So then Bailey says, stop sucking so hard and I won't have to. Ah! Okay. Moving on. The rest of the night was pretty chill. Haley and Fessy discussed how they're gonna try and get the votes for Bailey to stay, because they feel like that's the better move for them. So they're planning on working on JC and Scotty, maybe even Brett. What? I guess Brett's plan is working this week of trying to make people think that he's not with level 4. It's paying off, man. They think there's a shot. Checking in with the other side. Again, they don't care if Bailey's actually the hacker or not. They just feel like she's got to go because they know for sure she's got the power app. Okay. So then today, Bailey's in a bad mood. She was talking to Sam in the backyard. Again, I don't blame her for being in a bad mood, but like she's being really snippy with people. So she's talking to Sam in the backyard. And Sam is like, oh, I just feel like I'm so tense all the time. I'll look down at my hands and all of a sudden I'm like grabbing the counters. I got white knuckles. And she's nervous about the cameras always watching. She's nervous what they're capturing. She's afraid to even do some stretches because she's afraid that like people will see her stuff. So Bailey's like, I wish I never even signed up for this show. She says, I had a really good reputation before this and now it's ruined. Whose fault is that? What? I'm not gonna get into it, but Bailey, you need to take ownership for the things that you've done in this house. That's on you. So Sam's like, no, everyone loves you, no one's out to get you. And Bailey says, that's not true. They cast me as a very sassy and aggressive black girl. And Big Brother's like, cut the feeds, right after she says that. They're like, we are having none of that right now. So when the feeds come back, Bailey's talking about how she wanted to like throw something at Tyler earlier because he said good morning to her. And that ruined her whole day. It was literally, good morning, Bailey. And that, it was too much. She didn't want to hear that. So she was pretty pissed about that. And then they were talking more for a while, and they were talking about their games. There was this one point where Sam was like, you know, whatever happens, happens, and I'll see everybody in the little house. Because she's calling the jury house the little house. And Bailey was like, why don't you just start playing the game? Whoa! She was getting a lot of little jabs in at Sam, and Sam was just kind of like ignoring them. She'd stay silent for a minute and then just be like cheery talking about something else. But then Bailey was talking about her own game. At least now she's realizing that her biggest mistake was telling Rachel about her power app. That really started her downward spiral. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So other than that, it looks like the house guests are having a pool party today. Everybody else is having a great day from what I've seen so far. So we've got 2 days left until the eviction. It's gonna be interesting. And, oh, side note, I'm kind of wondering why Bailey is all of a sudden worrying about her reputation, because I don't remember her ever talking about that before. And I saw that Us Weekly posted an article about Bailey possibly being pregnant with Swaggy's child. So I don't know, maybe the DR told her about this, because we've seen in the past that if there's like a huge public reaction to something, the DR will tell them, this is what's going on, just so you know. And they're not allowed to talk about it, but they like know something's up. So I don't know, maybe they said something to her and that's what's setting this off, but damn, it hit the internet for real. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.